So this is it now. That's the window opening. The door's here. Now the key thing is once you've done your framing, which I showed you how to do, and make sure you put a waterproof barrier between the frame of the trailer and the wood, because that can cause condensation. Now when you're doing the floor, okay, if you imagine a brick wall, when you build a brick wall you don't build all the bricks in line, you stagger them floor. So you can see one going here, and then there's a join going across there, and the next join on this side, as in this side, is just in front of the saw there. Okay, and when you put the ply together, sealant before you put the ply together on the bottom, so it gives a very tight bond, and you can always clear off some of that excess like that. Now the next thing is, before you put the frame up, if you look here, there's a gap here between, that's the base at which the all the framing goes on, and it's very important to get that square, and you check your diagonals on the base. So if I draw this again, I drew it before. So when you're doing, imagine this is the base of the trailer, same time, you have to check that this diagonal and that diagonal are exactly the same, and you know that that then is square. So I adjusted these a little bit because the trailer itself wasn't quite square, the framing. And then what you do is you use a chalk line, and this framing is 70 by 45, and once you've cut in about 10 mil from where your frame goes, and the frame starts at that edge above the trailer base, and so for this there's 10 mil and then there's 60 mil, and you ping a chalk line down here, 60 mil, down here 60 mil, and you've also cut in here, 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 and again check that square, and that ensures that your framing is square. So the reason for doing this here is that when water, if it does get in, and you're building it so it doesn't, but if it does get in, it'll go and drop down onto the trailer base and not go into the floor. That's really important. Okay, so this, to keep weight down, the studs here are 600 across here, and then usually these are called dwangs, or if you're from England like me, noggins. The cross ones are noggins. So this height here is 2.1 at that end, and I've forgotten, 2.5 at that end, so it's got a slight slope down. So you do 800 from the floor, 800, 1600, and then 2400. So that's standard. You'd often have the stud work here at 400, but we're trying to keep it light. Now some people use 50x50 framing with a strap. I've heard and seen that once on a shepherd's hut. For me that's a little bit, I wouldn't do it. They've done it, and you know, if they feel confident about that, that's fine. I have, if you look at the roof, that is this, where are you? That there and that there is 400 by 400, 50 by 50. I have used lighter timber on the roof to keep it down, to keep the weight down, but I'm going to put cyclone ties to really down, and I'll show you extra ways to bring that really tight down. Now the other thing when you're doing, let's see, yeah, when you're making the points to join, always mark which side the timber goes of the line. I sometimes think, oh yeah, I know which side it goes, and then I put it the wrong side, but I have to redo stuff. So always do that. And then your framing has to be such that it's okay to take your interior fixing on the side. So you've got fixing there and a fixing there for the interior. This is just inside, which will mean some of them you have to do. That's the exterior piece. Then you've got a gap, because that is 70 for the timber on the stud work. That is 70 mil across. So then you need another 45 to put 45 mil across, and the stud is 70 that way. So you've got a fixing for your timber on this side. Okay.